Welcome back to the show, folks. Got Larry Smith, Brad Sturdy, and me, Mike Kegley here. And we're going to talk about the NFL.
That's a quite a trio, Mike.
Yeah,
I tell you,
it
that is
is a
quite a trio.
trio. It's like the Trinity for DC Comics, Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. So I guess Larry's Wonder Woman.
Well, that's what we'll tell him that. So that's good.
Let's talk a little NFL because Jayden Daniels has been incredible for the Commanders at 7-2. I don't think anybody I'd have to look through. I don't think anybody thought they were going to be that good. Now, you and I were way higher on Jayden Daniels than anybody else.
This is true.
But did you think he would be an MVP candidate in his rookie year?
I did not. He's been better than I expected. I did think he was going to be good. I thought he was a great draft pick for them. I thought, because he's a playmaker. I always thought he was. I watched him at LSU. I thought he was the most dangerous player on the field every game he played. He was that guy because he had the ball in his hands. He could do so many things with his legs, but also throwing the football. And obviously, to rub salt in the wounds, he could throw Hail Marys too. So,
especially if you give him 19 seconds to run.
I think they could start him in the first quarter, just run out the clock.
So, do you think LSU fans are getting frustrated with how the heck did Brian Kelly not go further with this player who can literally turn around a team and win a division in the NFL and make a run at the MVP?
Well, if he'd have had Johnny Newton on the defensive line from Illinois, maybe he would have. That was his that defense at LSU was god awful. I mean, hey, we lost 48-45.
Yeah, in a defensive battle for LSU.
Exactly.
When I think, obviously, Washington Commanders, I go back to the Dallas Cowboys. They have, of course, ruined their salary cap by waiting till the last minute to sign Dak to the highest contract in the league. And now you've got the, 18th, 20th best quarterback being paid number $1. And he may be out for the season. You have Micah Parsons, who we don't know when he's coming back. It is a really rough situation down there. You don't like the Cowboys. How fun is it to watch this from afar?
It's enjoyable watching them, watching Jerry Jones mismanage them into oblivion.
Is there any
the Cowboys
PTSD?
are in purgatory? No, I think the Cowboys are they're in purgatory though. They're just good enough to eke into the playoffs. And then they think, it's like, and they have a quarterback who's good enough to be good occasionally, but they're not good enough to win. I mean, what's your goal? In the NFL, you have one goal, right? What is it? Win the Super Bowl. If you don't have a quarterback to win the Super Bowl, don't pay him top quarterback money.
Yeah, but Jerry's top goal is to be interviewed on his own radio show every week. Do you get any PTSD though? Does it feel like
Jerry
Al Davis?
And I are the same. Jerry and I are the same.
Does it feel like Al Davis, what he did to the Raiders?
Similar. It really is. I mean, since just win, baby, was great. But I think in the salary cap era, you have to put your teams together differently. I think that there are certain guys you're going to pay crazy money to. Patrick Mahomes is worth it, right? I mean, but there are certain guys that aren't. And if they're not, then don't pay them big money. If he leaves, okay, Dak leaves. I will guarantee you there are probably 10 other quarterbacks that they could grab that would be cheaper and at least as effective and allow you to then build up your talent around that quarterback by really good. Look at Detroit right now. I mean, Detroit is good at every position. It's fantastic. What a job they have done putting that team together.
Yeah. Now, when we think about, of course, Detroit has their storied history, their rivalry against the Bears. What in the heck were the Chicago Bears thinking when they kept Eberflus, when you have a new quarterback, knowing that he sucks and thinking that you'll probably fire him after year one and force the quarterback to learn a new offense? What could they possibly have been thinking other than we're going to save some money?
That's the only thing that's possible. I mean, I have no idea because you can't tell me they have confidence in him, right? I mean, there's no possible way they do. I mean, so I would say that it was just another poor decision, but we've seen a lot of poor decisions in the Bears management. So there's certain franchises that consistently win. There's a common theme. They make better decisions than the other franchises. It's just that simple.
And realistically, Would you have hired Jim Harbaugh? Because when I look at what he does when he comes to a new school or a new professional team, he makes a huge difference. Would you have done that and just said bye-bye, Matt?
No question. I mean, Harbaugh would have been the guy. Bring him in. He's obviously excellent at developing quarterbacks. So you would have a young quarterback learning under the tutelage of Harbaugh, and Harbaugh is a master at taking what he has. I mean, Michigan could have scored a ton of points last year, but they didn't need to. They played complementary football and did enough to win the games. They could have been they could have done differently. And we've seen him do that with other teams where they were different, where they played more like, go, throw downfield, try and score quick, things like that. He didn't need that, so he didn't do it. So Harbaugh, I think, is a really good football coach.
And folks, we'll be right back after these messages. Brad and I have obviously shown the light to people in the NFL, and we expect maybe to have a general manager job come our way in the next week or so.
Only if they want to win, Mike. Only if they want to win.
Stay tuned.